Right on. Got my cigarette. Thought we'd come in. Look at that. Let myself go down, go down. I start looking even better. I look better. The worst, I just let go. Don't even shave it. Nothing like that. Just let it go. And man, I started looking pretty good. Get my Burl Ives thing going on. It's like 22 years my hair's grown not an inch. Huh? I colored it twice, bleached it twice, and the bleach grew out, but the hair doesn't grow an inch. My beard does it too. It'll get right out here and get all Burl Ives you right there, and it'll just stop. This'll just pop up, but this'll just stop. Save me a lot of money, man. Right? So, right on. But I check out some of these atheisty type guys. Cool guys. They do logic and reason, stuff like that, right? I think so. But there's this one guy, he's the Egyptian-y guy, and he runs around and he's got this whole Satan thing. He does a Satan thing. Satan, Satan. It means nothing to me because I'm not Hebrew. I'm not Jewish. So the Satan doesn't mean shit to me. I don't give a fuck, you know. I don't know. It pisses all these other people off. I don't know why. But just for the logic and reason of an argument or a question, it's not even a debate, just a question. Because if we're staying in context. I would assume that he's anti-Hebrew, right? Not anti-Semitic, because he'll finagle his way out of that one. Say that the Semitic people are a bunch of different people, and it is true. You know, I think even the Persians are Semitic, you know. But I would say anti-Hebrew, if he's calling himself Satan, the Satan, which means the adversary in Hebrew, right? Because if he went to Australia and told all the like the Aboriginals in Australia, said, I'm the Satan, what about that? And they'll say, oh, hello, Mr. Satan, it doesn't mean a fucking thing. How about that? You know, if he went to Japan and says, I'm Satan, I don't give a fuck. Hello, Mr. Satan. And China, hello, Mr. Satan. Africa, hello, Mr. Satan. Doesn't mean a fucking thing to anybody except the Hebrew and Christians. So he must be anti-Jewish, logically speaking. Is that correct? That's just a question. I'm not saying he can't still do it. Just saying to myself, doesn't mean a fucking thing. Not a fucking thing. Not here nor there. The Satan means absolutely nothing to me. Jelly beans, remember? Jelly beans, I'm the jelly beans guy. Right? Everybody else is the M&M's guy, and I'm saying, yeah, put one in your mouth, they all taste the same. Right? Jelly beans come in lots of flavors. Right? Like Hebrews. You can't say I'm against all Hebrews, just the ones who want to take me out. That would mean same for Negroid people or Polynesian or Asian people, you know. Jelly beans. You know, you gotta test it. See if you like one, man. I'm the horehound jelly bean, the black horehound jelly bean. Oh, that's a nasty fucker. You gotta acquire a taste for this, man. Remember? Jelly beans. Cause you never know, the red jelly bean might be a cherry jelly bean, might be a cinnamon jelly bean, might be different kind. The green ones, you never know if you're getting a hot tamale jelly bean, a jalapeno jelly bean, a lime jelly bean. You never know. You know what that's jelly beans. Right? Started this a long time ago. Right? But I can only assume that he is saying, by the use of the word Satan, that he is anti-Jewish. Because it is their language that he's saying that he is the adversary in. Otherwise, why don't you just speak English? Just thought. Right? On a different note, that's just what, not saying anything good, bad, or indifferent about the guy. He's a very cool dude, you know. I think I know him. I might. If he's that guy, right? It's cool. On a different note, have you ever seen the movie Mummy? I checked that out. And that dude named Benny, pretty cool. Right? So, that mummy got me start pulling out all them different religious relics he's got, trying to save his ass, man. I see that around the YouTubes too for people that I've had dealings with in the past. Seems like they're all getting all these mojo jewelries going on. It's hilarious. Makes them look like Benny. It's like, Benny, you're on the wrong side of the river. You know? You got all the horses. Yeah, but you're on the wrong side of the river. Right? It is funny. It certainly is. Right? And because certain people have been talking about some stuff, I only can imagine that you looked at my page at the back there, the About section. Not much about anything, is there? You know, Virgin Bride. Got different sides of the story, right? So they want to debate that. If you want to be debate about that, it's true that I was a virgin when I met my old lady. She wasn't, right? She was married to a person in the military, big dude, like 6'5", probably 240, 250, something like that. He's a big dude, man. Not that I wouldn't have told her, oh, whatever, if I needed to. I've been through the ringer more than once. Win some, lose some. I don't care. For a teeny tiny guy, I was do pretty good. And I am a teeny tiny guy. I don't know what she wanted, but she damn sure took it. I wasn't taking no for an answer. Because she asked me to marry her. She took care of everything. I was like the bride for real. Yeah. I was dressed in white. I was dressed in white with pink cummerbund and pink vest and pink carnation, the whole 9 yards. White Ashley tuxedo. Funnier than hell. So technically, Virgin Bride, right? And that name, if you look at my page back there, there's a name there, a name. That's my name, one of them. Certainly is. You know, if you want to get into that Hebrew bullshit gematria, see, because that's what freaks people right the fuck out when they type that name into gematria. See, I got that name when I got my puberty, when I reached puberty. I think that night, because it usually is a night thing when it comes on. It might be a day thing. I don't know. It was at night. Got to go to that cool place. Must be appointment only, because I don't think any of y'all idiots ever been there. It's an awesome place. Invite only, apparently. Right? Got that name. And that was in the 70s. Right? Before 1976, I guarantee you that. Which might got everybody all fucking shook up. If you go type that into gematria and look at the first fucking thing that comes up. If that ain't revelation or what? Satan. Remember, I had that in the 70s. That name. That's a hell of a name to just make up on your own. For anybody that gives a shit. You don't. I don't. Just came out here and said the name and it stirred up all kind of shit. Didn't it? Pretty sure. Right? It's awesome. But yeah, everybody's out here fucking got all their protective mojos and better not fuck around. I got protection. Protection. God protect. Don't touch God's anointed. The whole fucking 9 yards out here, boys and girls. I don't leave my house. Not hardly ever. I'm cool with that. I do get out. I get out here and there. I'm cool with it. Get out here and there and do my thing. Right? Because I wear women's clothes. For that, it's just, people get pissed off. I've worn women's clothes for a long time. Here's that story. The story of being women's clothes. Not that I didn't do it before, but not head to toe. When I joined the military, right? I had to join the military. It's conscripted. So not really, but had to go. You all know, you've seen. You're looking because you want me to take off my shirt. Say, how does he know that? Psh, you know everything. It just happens like that. Right? I say, what? Why does he never want to take off his shirt? Might not be the reason you think. It's nothing tribal or nothing like that. Might be a bra under here. I do. Back to the story. Join the military, right? And you go in there and they take all your clothes and they put you in a line and you go in there and you got to get your fatigues, you know? They call them fatigues back then. Your olive drabs, OD greens, right? So I get in there and say, we don't have some for this guy, right? He's too small. So I was 34B, 26-inch waist, and a 40-inch booty, man. Like a pear. If that's what you call it, right? Is that what you call a pear? Boom! Big old, because I run. I was used to run like my transportation. Right? So I said, we got to send you, take me over there to the Women's Army Corps, or the WAC, where the women get their fatigues, right? So this guy takes me over there, and I get my women's fatigues, man. So here I am with women fatigues, and looking like a woman the whole time, marching with man. In basic, I didn't even get to march in my graduation ceremony, man, because I didn't have no olive drab. My dress greens, they had to go ship off to get tailored, and they didn't get them back. I didn't get them back till I got my permanent duty station, man. Because I was a private, you know, peon, and quartermaster. You're down on the fucking list, so I didn't have no dress greens till they showed up at my duty station when I got permanent duty. That's like fucking 6 months later, man. Right? Which is funny. So that's when I got dressed in women's clothes with size 8 combat boots. Women's combat boots. That's a goddamn, man. Right? Funny, that's the next part of the funny story, because it is hilarious. You know, that's when I started cross-dressing. So I get to my permanent duty station. You're supposed to go into these quarters. It's the holding quarters. It's not your permanent room, your dorm or whatever. It's just temporary housing, you know. I was in temporary housing like 8 months. Because nobody wanted to bunk with this chick. It's hilarious, right? So anyway, during this permanent duty station, you know, most people, we have first sergeant, and most people have to call him first sergeant. My first sergeant told me I could call him Top. That's awesome. So I could call him Top, right? So Top says, you got to get some new clothes because they're looking pretty roughed up there because, you know, you get doing stuff with different things, and they don't come out of your fatigue. So then you got to have something to pass inspection, you know. So he said, I can't find some, you know. He said, you got to find some clothes. So he said, he drove me to the PX, you know, top. Okay, and so he starts throwing these fucking clothes in there. He said, come out here. Nope, because in the military you got gig lines and all this. You can't just have your fucking pants all bundled up in a belt. It's not gonna go. It just won't go. You know? If you had been there, if you're like inspection and stuff, you can't just have your pants bundled up in a belt. All right, my belt is 26 inches. So he says, give me them pants. So I stand on my pants, you know. He's looking at me, he says, come with me, man. He takes me clear across the PX to the women's section. He said, buddy, this is where you got to buy your clothes. Fuck. It didn't, 6 months ago, it didn't register that I got women's clothes in basic training, you know. So he said, oh, yes. And this is where I got to buy my boots, too, because the boots you couldn't find any either, because I was size 8. So I wore women's fatigues for fucking the whole time I was military, man. And since I had bought my fatigues over there, I find that I had clothes over there, too. So I could buy fucking clothes to fit me, man. I've been dressed in women's clothes forever. Right? And when I was back in the military, it was like size 2. You know, I fit in size 2 Jordache jeans. They rock and roll, man. You had to find the right ones with the big enough butt. All that cool stuff, but rock and roll. You know? When I was top notch, even after military, you know, I got out of military, I was still a size 2. My old lady used to dress me in size 2s. Which is funny because I had size 8 shoes. She wore a size 8 shoe. For all these guys say, well, you got to stick your wood. I said, no, but I damn sure carry my old lady like a mile or something on a dead run in her size shoes, size 8 in her shoes. Can you carry your old lady in her shoes? Yes, I can. Not women's shoes, hers. Same size. Right? Fucking hilarious. But when I was 162, I was up to a size 4. Woo, made it to a whole size 4. But still 26-inch waist. Right? Maybe it was 27 by then. Right? But now, because I got broke bone, I can't go running and do all kind of crazy stuff. I'm kind of sedentary, which is why I don't care if I'm perishing with smoking or not. It's no big deal. Right? Now I'm back to a size 1. Junior miss, size 1, and size 8 shoes. You know, which is funny because it's, you go into the store when you're going shopping, and it's not like I'm a cross-dressing guy that goes in and tries to find a size 13 ladies' shoe. No, I'm shopping with the women buying size 8 ladies' shoes, and you get caught up with women, man. They say, oh, they don't fit you, and then they see it fit you, and they say, oh, try this, try these, try these, try these. Fuck. It's hilarious, man. Same thing with clothes. You know, you get women start saying, well, try this, try this. We want to see you in these. We want to see you in these. It's pretty cool, man. Funny. Like my last trip to the store, I went in there, I told Leah, I said, I'm looking for your hosiery section, you know. I don't know, she was snippy. You know, oh, you want my pantyhose, huh? I said, no. I said, actually, I'm looking for some thigh highs if you have them. She said, oh, let me show you. From snippy to let me show you. That's funny shit, man. What's even funnier because halfway over there she stopped right for no reason, bent over like a 12-gauge shotgun. I bumped her in the butt with my cart. She said, hey, you can't just stop there, I'll bump you right in the butt. She says, that's okay. You know, a little conversating going on, but whatever. Nothing too finicky. I say, dudes get all pissed off when you start talking to women, man. They fucking, like you're a threat, size 1. Oh, you bet your ass I'm a threat. If they're given the chance, I'll hit it. I mean, not hit it. I mean, I'll take a chance, buddy. Why? It's worth it. No, I say no thanks, because I have done that a whole bunch. It is hilarious watching big alpha males and shit like that when I work out there on the underground. Dudes at the breakfast and everything like that. Yeah, yep, I'm the top. I'm a foreman. I'm this, I'm that. And I'm just sitting there, have 2 eggs and 2 toasts every day. That's what I ate. Basic training, too. My whole basic training, my whole 8 weeks of whatever basic training was 2 eggs and 2 toasts. Because I don't eat anything else, hardly ever. You know what I mean? People say, you better be able to grow stuff. And for what? I don't eat that shit. What? You know, pretty wild. It's cool. But the same stuff, you know, same thing, bust your ass at a ditch digger day on 2 eggs and 2 toasts. Remember, and every 28 days, 3-day fast. People freaking out. How does he do it, man? Wonderful. Size 2, 4, when I was that time, the whole size 4. Working circles around fuckers, man. Oh yeah, and at the restaurants, the ladies get all crazy, which is funny, because these guys are all trying to get on this waitress. Funny, the waitress say, I'll buy you breakfast for you and stuff like that. Alpha males. I'm a Sigma. I don't give a fuck, you know. The alpha male does. I'm a little teeny guy, but when the alpha males change their behavior and try to be like the little Sigma guy that works circles around him on 2 eggs and 2 toasts, oh, it's hilarious. They can't hang.